Hello everyone and welcome to another Getting Stuff Painted, my bi-weekly give or take update on the models that have been getting painted for the channel, some of which this time you will already have seen in some battle reports for the various games we cover. Not as many miniatures this time, so it'll be a little bit of a shorter one. That's because I've been trying to increase the number of videos that go up for this channel, and as a result the amount of time I have for painting has suffered. So I'm still trying to find the perfect mix for getting stuff painted and also still keeping up with I was trying to do 5 videos a week for YouTube. That's not feasible with the amount of painting that also needs to be done, so I'm going to try for 3 at least. There's going to be at least 3 videos a week, probably no videos on a Tuesday, and then Saturday, Sunday. That is my rough plan I'm working with, trying to find the balance so that I have time to paint. Anyway, we have some Monsterpocalypse, we have some Blood Bowl, and then we have a whole bunch of Batman, new and old. Some very old, in fact. So we'll start from the left with Monsterpocalypse. If you've seen the most recent battle report, you will already have seen Incinerus, the Burning Flame Elemental monster, which is a good guy and is hard to get in focus. There we go. So as always, everything here is painted with Citadel contrast paints, based in Grey Seer, one of the 2 Citadel bases that they recommend for their contrast work. This is Nazdrag Yellow, which is the golden yellow that Citadel do, along with the fire effect. I did the exact same fire effect I've always done for every fire effect with contrast. Like, the first model I did it on was Starfire, I think, for the Teen Titans. So it's just a mixture of, like, while it's wet, you blend the base yellow, the Yandin yellow, the Gryph-hound orange, and then finally the Blood Angels red. You blend it as it's wet. It goes really nicely. And then afterwards, I like putting over some Agrax Earthshade because it adds some depth and kind of like the dark cinder to the fire. Applied to the whole thing. The silver is just Leadbelcher silver. It's not contrast paint with the wash over the top. And yeah, I like how this one turned out. I put off painting him for a while. Oh, sorry, the gem there on his butt and the gem there on his front is one of the Citadel technical paints I keep forgetting the name of. They made it specifically for that kind of gem effect where it's got like the shine at the top corner and then it kind of just sparkles down. I can't remember for the life of me what it's called, but I used that on there. It's a pretty effective paint, actually, as long as you want red jewels. If you want any other colour, I'm not sure they do them. I think they do one other colour offhand. So, for Blood Bowl, the Necromantic Wolfenburg Crypt Stealers, who you hopefully saw in the most recent match, the pre-season exhibition match between them and Nurgle's Rotters. These 2 were in the match. This guy at the back was not, because I just did the 11 players. They're still not done yet. I still have the 2 flesh golems from the box, and then all 14 will have been done. They didn't feature in the battle report because I used the wolf pack. No, that's not what it's called. The hunting pack. The hunting pack setup, which is like all their fast players. And as we will have seen, well, if you did watch that battle report, if you start losing all your fast people, it starts going very badly for you. So I've already talked at length about the colours used here, but this is Gryph-hound orange, Black Templar black. Moot green is a non-contrast paint for the shoddy attempts at highlighting. Well, not highlighting, it's the team colours. They're kind of painted that bright green on the sides. And then some black contrast over the orange to do their striped shirt to make it look all, I was going to say pumpkin-y, but pumpkins aren't black. And then just a mixture of wildwood and snakebite leather for the 2 shades of brown used, and Azrak Earthshade over the top. So this is the one that was not in the battle report. Freshly finished this morning as part of his dirt on his base just fell off. That's Plaguebearer flesh for the zombie flesh as well. I forgot to mention that. I've done them all in that just so they're uniformal, because they're zombies. So they're going to have rotten flesh, and I think that's a perfect colour for that, especially with the Azrak Earthshade rather over the top. So yeah, that is all the linemen from the box done. 2 flesh golems, and then it's completely done, and work will begin on an orc team. I think I'm going to do the orc team from the 2018 Blood Bowl starter set. I've got them assembled, not painted, but I feel like getting them out of the way first before doing the new orc team from the 2020 starter is probably a good idea. So, whole bunch of Batman, including a brand new crew almost in its entirety. But, first of all, we have a couple more hired goons. These are the final 2 Gangsters from the new Two-Face starter set. So this guy is just A trench coat with a pistol, he's shooting almost Dick Tracy style. I must resist the urge to shout "Nya, see." So yeah, simple with a pistol. Funding was the big problem for that crew, and I would say also that the gimmick of their objective deck makes them somewhat not that great to use, but that's fine. So with the completion of him and the other gangster we're about to look at, who have inadvertently painted to look like Phoenix Wright, that's all of them done. It's just sugar to go from that box, and then that's all the new Two-Face stuff done. So like I say, this man has a way too small a head for his body, I'll just say, but that's not on me, that's just how Night Models has made him. He looks like one of the Goombas from the Super Mario Bros. Live movie. But yeah, I don't know why I painted his colours to look like Phoenix Wright, but I did, and I'm okay with it. Phoenix Wright with a Tommy gun. What could be better? So that is Ultramarines blue with Agrax and non-oil all over the top. Blood Angels red for his tie, and Wildwood for the wooden parts of the Tommy gun. And just some grey with washes for the base. So already featured in a battle report, this is 1st edition Robin or 2nd edition Robin, based on how he appeared in Arkham City and Arkham Knight, the video games. Now he's modelled with 2 bow staffs. For some reason, like, Google this guy and you'll see he has a second bow staff in this hand. It looks stupid. It also is not true to the game. He has one bow staff that has like the bulletproof shield that deploys like that. So I cut it off, and it looks a million times better and more dynamic. As a result, I have no idea why they modelled him with 2. Maybe no, it wouldn't be that you had a choice, because it'd be very difficult to unmodel this. I don't know why they did it. Either way, it's the usual Robin colours. So this is Warp Lightning, Contrast green, Blood Angels red, Eandin yellow, Black Templar black, 2 coats to try and make it more of a thick finish, Wildwood for his shield, and then Agrax Earthshade over everything. Oh, and Basilicanum grey for the base with the wash over as well. You can model him unhooded or hooded. I went for hooded because I hate that he's a skinhead in the Arkham games for no apparent reason. I've never seen Tim Drake sport that. Nightwing had that hairdo for a little while when he got shot in the head, but I don't think I've ever seen Tim Drake with it, so what can you do? So last but not least, we have Mr. Freeze, his 3 hired goons. They're all metal, incidentally. And then we have a last minute addition, who's just the old Night Models resin. We have Captain Cold. Now interestingly, this is the old, I managed to find someone selling cheap the old starter set for Mr. Freeze, which is these 4 minis. They're metal, and for whatever reason, when they were converted to the plastic set for 2nd edition, presumably, this guy no longer existed, and he got replaced by a guy who's kind of like got a snow shovel under his foot instead of the hockey stick. I have no idea why, but for the purposes of the next battle report we do, he will be counting as that guy. So we can start by looking at the man himself, Mr. Freeze. Rather than do his armour in silver, it would look a bit too much like the Batman and Robin movie if I did that. I used Basilicanum grey, and then this is a mixture of Aethermatic blue and Talisar blue with a wash over the top and some Blood Angels red for his eyes. The snow on his base and all the bases is just the Citadel texture paint for snow. I don't think it works very well on just the cobblestone. I don't think it looks that great, nor do I know how to make it look any better than that. But it gets the job done of implying, you know, it's Mr. Freeze. You know what to expect from him. Freeze rays and whatnot, and this is based on how he looked in Arkham City as well. I think his costume looks slightly different in the DLC for Night, but I can't remember the specifics. So then we have his 3 goons, one of which ceased to exist when they made the change to metal. 2 of them have, well, it's not the same freeze ray. One of them's like a flamethrower, but it's a freeze ray, and then the other one's an actual beam. But use the same colour schemes for them and also Captain Cold. So it's the Talisar blue for their like hoodie or whatever it is. Grey for their pants with a little bit of black on the kneecaps and shoes. Just lead belcher silver for the gun with Aethermatic blue on the end. Shows kind of like frosty. And a wash over absolutely everything, because washes make up for all sins, or hide all sins as they say. So this is the guy who no longer exists. He was an absolute pain to put together to get his arms in position, incidentally. So it's no wonder to me that they decided to change and do someone else. I might be wrong, and maybe they just didn't want to update this guy and add someone else, but it is a bit weird. He does not exist in the resin version of this starter set. The other two do, and they're the same guys. So here's the other one. I'm not sure which one is the flamethrower and which one is the beam. Well, flamethrower. It's a frost thrower, but you know what I mean. So the same colour scheme for him. And then hot off the press, also finished this morning. Subject to change. Unfortunately, my Captain Cold that I managed to find had a mismatched head. He kind of looks like the flat-headed guy from Dick Tracy, which is not great, but the head is just a little misshapen in the box. So I was finding it a bit hard to fully focus, I think, because he's so thin. He's lanky and thin. What's his name again? Captain Cold is Leonard Snart, I think. I can't remember if his first name is Leonard. His second name is definitely Snart, because it's a funny name. So exactly the same colour scheme used for him as the Freeze Goons. And with his completion, if you include Killer Frost, who I've had for a long time, you might have seen her in some of the DC miniature game battle reports on the channel. It's almost a full crew, like all them, plus Killer Frost. Throw in a fairly expensive henchman, like high security henchman. You've got your 350 rep. Obviously, Mr. Freeze doesn't have an objective deck for 3rd edition. He's in dire need of an update, a new miniature, etc., which presumably are down the line somewhere. But you have to make do with what you have. So we'll be seeing them. Oh, I think we'll be seeing this video on Friday. You'll probably see their first go of it on Monday. If not Monday, then definitely the next video after, whatever's on Monday. So, that is going to do it. If you want to show me anything you've been painting, feel free to show me on Twitter at GamerEND. And I'll be back probably over 2 weeks, because as I say, painting time is at a bit of a premium at the moment. With some more, we'll see some more Batman stuff, probably. We'll see the return of some Star Wars Legion, I think. Still got a bit of Monsterpocalypse, still got a lot of Blood Bowl to do, and ooh, what else? I'm not sure. We'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, stay indoors, get some painting done, it's the perfect time to do so. And I shall see you again for another update. Until then, ta-ta for now.